This week doesn't really belong in this month. Usually late November brings us a cornucopia of Oscar contenders, but this week is saved only by the grace of bloodthirsty clouds and the most messianic of all Jews, Robert Zimmerman. Walt Disney gives 102 Dalmatians director Kevin Lima another chance to ruin a classic story with self-conscious filmmaking. He wields a certain brand of pretension that you usually won't find outside of middle school. Now, Enchanted attempts to make light of the aging genre of fairy tale, but in doing so a bit too successfully, only proves that it was right to make a joke of this formerly great studio. When I foresee a film that centers on an orphan's search for his parents, I'm usually reminded of why I favor abortion so strongly, and August Rush is no different. Some 11-year-old guitarist getting molested by Robin Williams in New York sounds like a lot of fun, but when you get right down to it, you have to realize a woman without the name Coppola or Heron directed this picture. Therefore, how good could it be? Also out this week, The Mist marks the 4th time that Frank Darabont has adapted Stephen King to film. Considering that his last 2 films were The Green Mile and Shawshank Redemption, I foresee that the cumulus creature that terrorizes the grocery store full of people will provide some deeply emotional social commentary, which you, being a sap, will begrudgingly accept. Hitman will leave you wishing that more existed, Hitman that is, specifically in 20th Century Fox Boardroom. Like all the other video game movies released this year, Hitman will be vying for Razzies in all categories. On the brighter side, the next game in the Hitman series will focus on Agent 47 going back in time to prevent the production of this film. Tyler Perry has proven over and over that the black niche market can sustain your financing for another movie. However, Preston A. Whitmore II is no Tyler Perry. This Christmas is Whitmore's worst film yet, and that's saying quite a bit considering his last film was Crossover. Finally, this week we have I'm Not There, the Cubist story of the life of Bob Dylan. Cate Blanchett is the best of 6 portrayals of Dylan, and the film taps the massive audience that loves Dylan but couldn't get anything out of No Direction Home, despite Scorsese's best efforts. Christian Bale, Heath Ledger, and Richard Gere all tie for a close second behind Blanchett's Oscar-worthy but unnominated performance. That's all this week. I'm Charlie Baker, Cinema Psychic. I hope you enjoyed my unnominated yet Oscar-worthy performance today. I also hope that Eli Roth directed your Thanksgiving this year, and I'll foresee you next Friday. I'm sensing the show is over. He doesn't listen to anything unless... Excuse me, are you about to tell me a story that doesn't include rape? I'm sorry. Chomos. Is that a child molester? Chomos? I've never heard that. I acknowledge it. I think Larry Clark's a wonderful filmmaker, but fuck him, I don't want to see his movie.